Hello, it is day 6 and our final day of the Healing Journey mini course, and I hope you guys have been getting so much out of this. I know that I'm feeling very blessed to share this with you, and I hope you're seeing it as a blessing as well. But today's lesson is about relearning relationships and ways of relating to others. And the book that this lesson is about is Dr. Phil again in his book Relationship Rescue. And now this book I had read with my second marriage, and we were in a place to where I was desperate. I did not want to fail again. I'd already failed at one marriage. I was doing anything I could to try to keep this marriage together for the sake of my daughter, which we had started over kind of late in life. And so I had found the book. Dr. Phil had helped me earlier with the Self Matters. So I had found another book by him, Relationship Rescue. And I was so, like I said, so desperate to try to save my second marriage out of fear, and I was desperate. And this book is a hard hitter. I mean, it talks about negative spirits that we carry, how to identify problems in the relationship, how to fix them. I mean, just, the games that people play when they're, going through like the toxic parts of the relationship. It's deep, and it's another one of those hard hitters, and you will learn a lot. But I promise you, if you do get this book and you take it through any relationship that you are in, whether it's a boyfriend, a spouse, lover or whatever, it will definitely give you a new perspective on relationships and help you. The book was hard. I will not joke with you. Now, it didn't end up working out in my favor, as you guys know from the introduction. I've had 2 failed marriages, but God did bless me with my third marriage. I met the love of my life at 50, and I feel highly blessed because he's probably who I should have been with, but I never would have had my kids. So, but this book, we're talking about Relationship Rescue. It is worth it to work through the problems in your relationship and to identify those and change them before it's too late. Now, it didn't help me, but I have a lot of faith that it will help you because it is a good book, and there's a lot of good information. But the second part of this lesson this week, the second book that helped me is The 5 Love Languages. And after having such a hard-hitting book like Dr. Phil Relationship Rescue, I needed something lighter. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, but it is about our love languages, our love styles, how we show love, how we communicate love, and everybody shows and communicates love differently. And the 5 love languages are quality time, acts of service, receiving gifts, physical touch, and words of affirmation. So you guys can kind of tell just by what the love languages are, what it entails. But the book goes through so much more than just discussing the 5 love languages. It's how certain people communicate, and we don't always see that they're communicating in their love language because our love language is different. And I learned so much about relationships, and not just about boyfriends or husbands, but about friends and family members and how they communicate love differently. And it really opened my eyes to see a whole new way of communicating, not just through verbally or body language, but through love language. And it's not just really cool, but it's kind of fun to figure out the people that are, in your family and how it can help. But, after trauma or tragedy or divorce, there's just a lack of trust. It's hard. We have to rebuild trust, and we have to really relearn the relationships, our closest relationships, because we all carry around so much baggage. And if we're not careful, like I did, I ended up taking my baggage from my first marriage into my second marriage, so it was doomed before it ever started. And maybe I had the books at different times, or, at later part of my life, I just had to get to a healing point, I guess, before, I loved myself enough and could give enough love to someone else to be able to have a viable marriage and a viable relationship. But this whole process that we've walked through with the healing journey, it's just a step-by-step thing, and everyone goes through their journey differently. They all go through their healing process, and each steps at different times, and sometimes it takes a while. And it's like a learning process. You're learning all over again. how to relate to others and how to build, relationships that are joyful and fulfilling. But your lesson today is to create in your journal, like certain barriers maybe that you have with certain relationships or family members, and kind of meditate over them or pray over them, kind of create some notes or brainstorm ways that, everything that you've learned could carry you over and, help to heal some of these relationships and rebuild them and rebuild the trust. Because, the last thing I ever thought that I would be able to co-grandparent with my first husband, that, was so much domestic violence and hurt involved. And, I see my daughters have carried that into their relationships in a sense. So it really is not just about rebuilding yourself, but it's about rebuilding your family structure. And so through the healing process, we can not only help to heal ourselves, but we can heal some of the damage that it has caused in our family with some of the traumas and others around us. So it's not just our healing process, but is a healing process for them too. And this whole healing journey is designed from step by step, and some steps will take you longer. Some steps you'll hit a brick wall and you'll have to come through back later. Some steps will be easy for you to move on. And, some processes, it just, all depends on our personal experiences and our journey and just how deep our wounds are, because all of our experiences are so personal and so different. And only you will know how to work through some of the issues that you have. But hopefully all the lessons that we have gone through this week, and all the healing processes, I pray my blessing for you. And just like you've heard before, there's some people that are only meant to be in your life for a short time, and those you're not meant to be in your life but just for just a short time. But in those relationships, sometimes when we change, people don't change with us, and there's a decision that we have to make there, because maybe they're still not meant to be in our life. So there's, a lot that we can learn through the lessons, a lot we can learn through our journey. I pray a blessing over you, that you will be able to find your true breakthrough and your true healing through this process. It has been a joy to share everything with you this week and to try to help you through my journey and share some of my innermost secrets. And hopefully this process will help you, and you can truly, truly heal all your past hurts and wounds and take your broken pieces and turn them into a fulfilled life. As always, I love you.